Hi, my name is Angelia, and today we're gonna do uh, the joy of watercolor pencils. And this is a beautiful desert scene sunset. Um, these are the supplies you're gonna need. You're gonna need your masking tape, your flat water brush, uh, and then your number 4 round brush and your number 2 round brush. And also you need pencil sharpener and your watercolor pencils here. Um, you have black, yellow, orange, purple, and red. Also, you're gonna need 2 containers of water. One for rinsing your brushes in, your paint brushes in, and the other one is to keep it clear. And this is what you use for applying the wet wash once you color in your drawing. Now, what I did here is your watercolor paper, and it is a cold press 140, and I taped it down because this makes it easier to keep your paper from warping as you add your water. And this is an example of what we're going to be doing today. Any questions, Carla?
No, not one.
Okay, so let's get started. What I did first is I went ahead and, like I said, I taped down my water paper, and I folded up paper towel. You definitely need a lot of paper towel. So we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna start in the corner at an angle. We're gonna take our yellow and we're gonna just go ahead, make it dark. And one good thing about watercolor pencils, you can always add, once it's dry, you can always, if it's not quite to what you like it, you can just always add to it once it dries. So we're gonna get it as dark down here in the corner. And then as you go up, you're gonna do it lighter. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead on a little bit more. This is so fun, and this is also stress release. So if you have stress, you can also, this is really good stress release. Now we're gonna take our orange and then kind of overlap a little bit of the yellow. Take it up. And then we take the red, overlap the orange a little bit. That up. And the last color is the purple. You're gonna overlap the red a little bit and you're gonna take it up. And as you get into the corner, you're gonna get darker. And I guess just get it dark. I got light. A little bit more yellow. Okay. Orange. Grabbing the orange. Grabbing the red. And a little bit red. So now with your flat brush, it's easy because you can just take your water and then you just can just go at an angle and just go all the way. So you always start with your lighter color first and you work up versus the other way, because this way it blends evenly as you go up. So we're gonna dip the brush and then just dab it so you can get that excess water off. And then you just start at a corner. And do it again. Dab it. Get that excess water off. And then you start again. Okay. Now, since I used now this water right here is going to be my the water that I use to rinse my brush in. So now, whenever I want to change my colors, I just go into this one. This is a clean brush. Dab it. You still with me, Carla?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see how I'm doing?
Yes, I'm still.
Okay, good. Any questions so far?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just drop it in there.
So those are pencils?
Yes, these are color pencils, watercolor pencils. The
Okay.
because and these are Derwent watercolor pencils made out of England. And there's several different types of watercolor pencils on the market. I always recommend these because of the pigment. It's very rich and it's easy to blend. And so you're just gonna,
Okay.
and you just keep going. Now, a lot of people says, well,
That's
you know,
nice.
watercolor pencils are expensive,
Never know.
and it depends on the type of watercolor pencil. There's so many different types on the market, and I always says you get what you pay for. If you really want a nice, rich painting, it's best to always go with
Okay.
them with the expensive because of the quality. And I always use a lot of paper towels. That's why it's so easy. It's good to have as much paper towels as you need because, like I said, you need it. And then we just keep. Now you don't go back and forth because or what you're doing is you washing the colors out. So you want to keep going in the direction, and that's why you get the nice streak
Oh,
in
okay.
your
Okay.
paint.
All right.
You go back and forth, it's kind of like you just losing the. And I always tell people there's no right or wrong when you are using any artwork that you do. There's no right or wrong. Have fun with it. Okay. So we're gonna let this dry some, and
That's nice.
we're gonna let it dry some, and this stay. Now, like I said, you can play around with it. You can also, if you want to build more color uh, onto your paper, you can do so. And you just have fun with it. That's one thing about this. Just have fun with it. Ah, look at that. That's nice.
Mhm.
This is a good project for kids and their grandparents. Just get some watercolor pencils and some paintbrushes and paper towel and watercolor paper and just have fun with it and just have the kids. Nice project. Oh, see, it is really doing the way I want it. Nice streaks. Now you definitely want to let it dry some before you, but you keep playing around with the colors. Try not to, this is nice. Oh yeah, we're working it. As you can see why it says why you have to tape it down, because you'll start seeing that that buckle as you add water.
You can't see the buckle from over here.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Well, we almost there. We almost there. Yeah.
So how long will it take it to dry?
It doesn't take
Before you start?
long. You can speed it up, with a hair dryer. If you really in a hurry, you can speed it up, but it doesn't take long.
Okay.
It's a little damp. I'm gonna try it. So now we're gonna use the black, and here, like I said, you can start out, with your cactus. So you're gonna just draw a line, and I just say one, kind of do my cactus like this. And bring it up just a little bit more. And this time you just gonna draw a line down, because all of this is gonna be covered. Bring it down, take it out. Bring it in. You just, and your cactus don't have to be perfect. You're just gonna color it in.
It's amazing how you can color on that wet paint.
Well, it's damp. It's damp.
That's some. It's damp. That's some good paper.
Yeah. It's like it's cold press 140, and you can also get cold press 300 pound. And what it means by it's just the weight of the paper. The heavier it is, the better it is.
Yes.
But
Yes.
keep in mind, it's more expensive. So now we're gonna go over here and just, like you sketching a, just pretend that you are in the desert.
Okay.
And it don't have to be exactly like the photo, but just be creative.
Are those mountains or houses in the background?
Mountains, like you it's in the, like the
All
desert.
right. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, just like the desert. So now you're just gonna color. You're just gonna fill this in. And the good thing about it is it looks like, and I just kept working this, till I got it as dark as I want.
Okay. You gonna paint that also?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one gives you that kind of like, as the sun is setting, and if you're out in the desert, you notice this becomes darker, and it's really pretty.
Okay.
It reminds me of when I went to Santa Fe, and the sun was setting, and I saw these colors, the purple and the
All right.
red and the orange. It was just beautiful. Very simple painting to do. And you can also add another cactus if you want to, a smaller one. And after it completely dries, I wouldn't take it, off the board yet, because you might want to go back and maybe darken, a little bit more.
With the water.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you just a little bit more. This is nice. Like I said, it's very relaxing. Very relaxing. Like I said, a good project for you and your grandchildren. You can just do together. You see how nice. So now I'm gonna do the cactus. And you just go. Just come on down. The cactus has a little bit of, and you just come on down.
Got to put a little spinies on it.
Yeah, I didn't put it on here a little bit, but I'll add them on here just to give it a little. That's one thing about the watercolor pencils are so easy to work with.
Mhm.
in control versus if you use uh, like the watercolor out of the tubes. And this is just really nice and relaxing. And you can put music on the background,
Mhm.
soft music that really gets those juices, creative juices going.
Mhm. This would be really nice for my auxiliary to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have each month we have an event called Table Talk, and I like to bring in different things for us to do, since we can't meet, so much for because of the COVID restrictions. So
Uh-huh.
this would be a nice thing to do.
This is also good to go out in the park and and this is how I do. I go out in the park and I take my color pencils and my water, and then I go, and makes it easier
Mhm.
to carry the supplies, and I just sketch and nature. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of. I know you see those little needles, or as I call them.
Mhm.
Do a little bit more. Yeah, we're just gonna. So we'll let this dry completely, and then we'll go back. Let's fill it up here. Let's clean the brush. Now you can get some brush cleaner because I always like to clean my brushes after I use them, and then they'll last. I got brushes that's over 20 years old.
Mhm.
That I have, and it's good. So up here is a little bit dry. I can, if I wanted to darken it some more, I can add.
And that will not tear that paper to go back over
Mm-mm,
that after you do
no,
that?
that's the
Okay.
good thing about um, good paper. Uh, Now you couldn't use like paper that you take out of like a Xerox machine paper that you use in your computer, your printer. You couldn't use that because you need um, watercolor paper because it will withstand
Right.
and uphold.
It has
Yeah,
to be a
and so
special type.
mhm. So we're gonna clean that brush, and then we're gonna dip it back in the clear. And it's just going to. Yeah. And there it is. And like I said, you can hold off and let it dry completely.
Mhm.
And if you wanted to work some more colors in here, you could do.
Mhm.
And just play around with it. And
Okay.
there you have it, your sunset.
All righty.
And
Thanks.
if you, like I said, if you wanted to darken this a little bit more, you could do so. Add a little bit more orange. There is no, right or wrong. And have fun.
Okay. So then you take the tape from around it, or you wait till
Yes,
it
once
dries?
it completely dries, and
Okay.
let it completely dry, and then you take it, and it gives you this nice border
Okay.
around. It's kind of like a finish, border, and you can go and have it, frame, matted, and there it is. And don't forget to sign your name.
Okay. Well, wonderful. That looks nice.
But thank you so much for taking my class. on the joy of watercolor pencil.
Watercolor pencils. All right.
Thank you for joining my class today, The Joy of Watercolor Pencil. And I hope you enjoyed painting along with me. And oh, and by the way, don't forget to sign your name to your artwork. And take care. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye. I'm getting a